All right, Mr. Peters, now that we've got your car warmed up, I thought we'd better take a look at your carburetors and evaluate them. You cannot adjust the carburetors or determine what's going on with them until they get warmed up. Alright, what we're going to do is, since the car idles on the first barrel of each carburetor, we will check our second barrels to see how much air is being pulled through them, because that affects your ability to get a decent idle. So right there it's at 4, and that's back here. I can decrease it a little bit, but that's just wear. And right here is all the way up to 5. Decrease it a little bit by pushing on the throttle. Butterfly in the second barrel, all they are is just worn out. I can also demonstrate that by seeing what kind of leaks we've got in the throttle shafts. As you can see, it sucks the fluid in there. So problem is, all your metering of your fuel takes place on this side of the butterfly, and this side here it's leaking, and that's going to make it impossible to adjust the carburetors properly. Now then, let's check to see how our airflow is out of the first and second barrel of each carburetor. The first barrel of each carburetor. We ordinarily, when we rebuild these things and do all the machine work, we're running between 4 and 6 in terms of the airflow, so that they're balanced. That one's running at 2, and that one's pulling all of over 9, 6, 7, 8. Anyway, not balanced, and let's see if it's a linkage issue. Not much change there. So we've got worn out carburetors. Now they seem to operate all right. So maybe for your purposes, this is going to be acceptable. But I just want to let you know that the carburetors are worn out and in need of a rebuild, but I believe you should be able to enjoy your car as is. I'll let you make that determination. Now then, let me turn it off. The issues with the leaking carburetors, it leads to a higher than normal idle. You're idling around 1200. It should be around 700 or 800, but if that's not a problem, then it won't hurt anything. As I'd mentioned earlier about the fuel filtration, the extra fuel filter is going to help, but it's not going to get everything, and so you're probably going to run into a situation where the car will all of a sudden run, but it won't idle. It'll die when you back off on the throttle, and that's going to be due to the idle jet. There's 2 of them on each carburetor, but since it only idles on the first barrel, this is the active jet, and to access it, it's real easy. Just unscrew it, and you will find a very, very small orifice on the end, and that's going to get clogged with a little fleck of fuel tank lining material coming off, and all you have to do is blow through it, or maybe use a hairbrush bristle or a little wire, and you blow through it. It wouldn't be a bad idea to spray some carburetor cleaner down inside that hole. Can't hurt anything. And screw it back in. Now then, if you're on the road and this happens, the second barrel idle jet is unused, and it should be free of debris. So all you have to do is just swap jets from one hole to the other, and you'll be able to get going again. But again, all it does is affects idle. So if the car doesn't want to idle, but you can rev it up, then just keep the revs up until you can get someplace where you can fix it. Anyway, we've got, I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about. We'll be doing some more test driving and check everything for you. But I guess let's see how the belt is down here. Belt's tight. All right. Okay. Thank you.